I've been on boats in Dubai with 19-year-old Moldovan girls.
Natural selection and evolution would have taken care of all your fucking retard ancestors.
Over gamblers.
Only a cat owning.
If you're the kind of person who feels like they need therapy, you're useless. Go ahead, a heart attack. Get the fuck up.
Never say go into bed. Go into bed is emasculating. Cowards.
And I took a picture and I said, most women I know can't even park a car. Why is a woman flying my plane?
Andrew Tate is the king alpha male right now. To some, he's seen as a misogynistic pig, a man who objectifies women, and to others, it's just another common Tate dub. They find his takes raw and honest. You see, at first, I didn't think much of this man. I saw comments of people agreeing with him on some pretty bonehead stupid takes, but it was pretty obvious that he's playing a character. But who even is this guy, and where did he come from, and how has he gained a cult-like army to follow and repost his every move? Before we discuss the problematic behaviours of Tate and the effect this could be causing, let's take a look at how this alpha male made his rise to the top. So there's a Sidekick article in which Andrew actually took time to share his story. Now, because it's written by Andrew Tate, some of the stuff in here is just a tad bit exaggerated. According to Andrew, he was born a nose breather, and in case you didn't understand the significance of that statement, it's promoted in the alpha industry that nose breathing is better for you than mouth breathing. I found this hilarious image that illustrates it too. Oh, also to note, babies are born breathing through their noses. After the doctor pinched his thigh to get a response, Andrew claimed he growled at them, and I quote, knitting my brow and trying to cane my head to see who had attacked me. I fell. Sure you did I. And while the doctor was taken back by this baby, turning pale at his defensive powers, he did not cry. He goes into this further by adding he never cried as a child, only using grunts to indicate he was hungry or felt discomfort. He then talks about how he started to learn defense age 4, training with his dad in their living room, leading him to come second in the kindergarten wrestling championships, claiming that if his dad was there to shout instructions then he would have won. He then goes on to describe his life living in Luton with his single mother, and when he was old enough to get a job he did so, carrying 80-pound boxes of fish at 5 in the morning while balancing school life. His kickboxing career started in April 2009, in which he had success and losses until around 2014. Listed here are some of his titles. Then in 2016, his fame began to spike after appearing on the 17th season of the UK reality TV show Big Brother. And one of the first interactions he had with his new housemates were rounding them all up and calling 80% of them snakes.
I do know some things, yeah? And there's 10 of us in here, and 8 of you are probably the biggest snakes that have ever been on Big Brother. Genuinely 8 of you.
Biggest snake?
Genuinely 8 of you are the piss taking.
But on day 7, he was evicted out of the house because of a leaked video, in which producers deemed inappropriate. The leaked clip was allegedly him hitting women with a belt. Tate claimed it was edited to make him look bad, and that the belt hitting was consensual. His ex-girlfriend did also upload a video explaining that this was the case, and it was only for fun.
Hello everyone, I just wanted to say something about the video that's been released recently about me and my ex-boyfriend Andrew Tate. Andrew is my still great friend. What you guys saw in the video, it's just what we used to do. It was just pure game.
After claiming to be broke but with 10k in the bank, he called 5 of his girlfriends round and told them they were going to start up a webcam business in the UK to all get rich. 3 left and 2 stayed, and this worked in Andrew's favour, making him a lot of money. This grew to 70 plus employees working for the business, but that's also when more controversies began. A drunk girl allegedly threw up all over his apartment. Andrew then took her stuff and threw it off the balcony after she refused to clean up. And on top of that, he refused to pay for her remaining wages. A few weeks later, he then heard a knock on the door and suspected it to be police, which it was, and they claimed they had an assault case against him.
I opened the door to like fucking RoboCops, you know, and I was like, what the fuck is this for? And they're like, you're for assault. You assaulted this person. I didn't assault. No, I said, I didn't assault anyone. He said the right thing to calm me down. So I'm not saying I was going to resist and whatever, but I was like, what the fuck's happening? He goes, bro, I don't know about your case. They just sent me to bring you in. I'm like a collection delivery service.
Another video doing rounds at the moment is a video that was deleted by him in which he said the following, which caused controversy.
This is probably 40% of the reason I moved to Romania, because in Eastern Europe, none of this garbage flies. If you're going to go to the police and say raped me back in 1988, they're going to say we should have done something about it then. If you go to the police and say
Yesterday, say, okay, if you got physical evidence, or is there CCTV proof? Where'd it happen? Okay, let's go interview him right now. And if it wasn't really right, I'd say, oh, we went to the club, we got drunk, she agreed to go back to my house, we started having sex, and then we carried on having sex. And then we had sex, and she didn't say anything wrong, and then she texted me afterwards, and I didn't text back, and now she's saying I raped her. The police would be like, okay, she's an idiot, bye. But no, not in the West. In the West, you can tell them that exact story, you're still fucked. You're fucked in the West. When people say, why do you live in Romania? And I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a fucking rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say, to do what I want. I like being free.
The response to this was split, with some agreeing with his statement on false SA and allegations, and the other half creeps out by it, claiming it to be gross and a bizarre reasoning for 40% of his choice being that one thing. This backlash would continue, however, when he was caught out making a pretty grim comment about waiting for a girl to turn 18.
Once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
That is pretty weird, because I know who you're talking about right now. You said once you turn 18, you would fly out to fucking Romania and fuck. That is weird. That is fucking weird. Because at least, listen.
You messed it up. I'll take your bitch on your stream. You messed it up, my G.
This time the response that I could mainly find on Twitter was against him, and people found it predatory for a 35-year-old man to be flirting with a 17-year-old girl. In April of 2022, Andrew's home in Romania was raided under investigation of human trafficking. The investigation took place after word of a woman being held against her will. The investigation of reports of trafficking and is ongoing as of April 27th of 2022. Tate addressed these claims in a podcast, laughing about the situation and claiming it was all blown out of proportion.
So because we live in Romania and because we used to have a webcam company, which we closed like 6 years ago, I'm not even involved in that.
Oh, you don't even have it anymore?
No, nothing like that. There was a girl from America who came to see Tristan. She was at our party, at our house. We had a big party. It was like 100 people there.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend caught her on Instagram. She said to her boyfriend, oh, no, I'm not at the party. I don't want to be here. I'll leave when I can. And turned her phone off. And her boyfriend, somewhere in fucking Oklahoma, calls the American embassy in Romania and said, my girlfriend's been kidnapped.
The mother of one of the girls actually spoke with a Romanian news outlet and explained that she had no idea she was at Andrew Tate's house, claiming she had lied about attending college. They also released a video of the 20-year-old Romanian woman seen collecting a pizza delivery via CCTV, claiming this to be evidence of her not being held against her will. He also talked about how he didn't let his girlfriend go to the club without him in case she cheated on him, which is so ironic. So in his mind, it's okay for him to cheat on women, but how dare a woman cheat on him with someone else? I think, to me, the way he views women like he owns them is the thing that freaks me out. A relationship is a partnership, hence the name. You don't own the person, they're not an object. Of course, loyalty matters, but so does trust. And it seems like Mr. Alpha Tate lacks this. Now before we watch some of his most controversial clips, let's talk about his university because, oh yeah, he's got one of those too. The Hustler, I cannot say it with a fucking straight. The Hustlers University, it's an online course ran by Andrew and his pals in which they teach students the foundations and skills of crypto, copywriting and setting up a business. But just imagine telling someone you're attending the Hustlers University. You just know that an 11-year-old kid is flexing this at school. But to be fair, I have seen a lot of mixed reviews on this course. It seems a majority sees pretty obvious what this is. It's a pyramid scheme. Another thing he done on TikTok so much, you have entire channels pumping out content with primary 2, and with that many emojis, he's definitely 14 or 44. Lots of Tate fans agreeing with some pretty fucked up stuff, including views on depression, which back in 2017 he landed himself in yet another controversy by claiming depression isn't real. Anyone with 2 brain cells know this isn't true. There's no point in taking this bait because I and you know depression is real, but the mindset he could be placing seeds into of young men could be damaging.
Anyone who drinks still water is excommunicated permanently. And for your safety, I strongly suggest you do the same. Get all your friends around, call every friend you have right now. All of them. We're all probably dehydrated anyway. What's the worst water can do? Everyone, let's have a nice glass of water and everyone's gonna drink it. And when you see that one dude, oh, there's bubbles. Never speak to him again.
This is too good. The best part is all the comments of incels saying things like this. Imagine genuinely basing friendships over this too. Like, obviously he's taking the piss, I mean, I think at least. But you know what? I'm gonna say it. Sparkling water is a crime against humanity. And if you drink it, then we can't be friends. Little Uno reverse right there.
You can get along with your sister, you can talk to your sister, but when I see brothers and sisters who are really close, it's super weird. So me and my brother, we're obviously extremely close. If you know either of us, you know that every single day we're together. We do not go anywhere without each other. We have one bank account. We work together, train together, live together. It's gonna be that way for the rest of our lives. If my girlfriend said, choose between me and your brother, before she finished the sentence, I would slap that bitch so hard in her face, she would never even ask me again.
I don't know what happens behind closed doors, but is Tate and his brother low-key? Like, what a weird point to make. Also,
But it's been proven that the first child is always the smartest. She's like the third. Who gives a f about the third of anything?
Andrew, did you forget your name is Emery Andrew Tate the third? To close off, I think the biggest concern for me is Andrew's influence on men. If you want to embrace masculinity, then that's fine. You do you.
There's no way.
But when you've built a cult-like army to promote backwards views to impressionable young audiences and shame others, looking down like you are more elite just because you joined the Hustlers University, and don't ask me what colour my Bugatti is when half of you swines probably used your mom or dad's credit card to join his course. If you seriously use this man advice to get women, then I can bet you they will run for the hills if they find out you support this guy. But I think that will do it for now. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll do a part 2 where we join the Hustlers University. We'll find out. Probably not though.